What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another video. We had Jack in the Box with it and shit, as y'all can tell. We had to get us some food and shit before we go on to work around 10:30. Still got like around approximately like three hours or some change left. And pretty much if y'all here and clicked on this video, y'all know why y'all are here. So I shouldn't really have to go into detail too much on explaining what we're finna get into topic-wise. Like I said, it is around 7:06, 7:07 in the morning, and it is July 7th. And as y'all know, my position currently, if y'all are unaware, make sure y'all go tune into the last recent videos that I posted. And I also want to give a huge shout out to everybody that's been joining the family. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had time to really look over who's been subscribing, but I know at the same time who's been watching my videos. So if you're here, welcome to the family. Pretty much as y'all seen by the title is pretty much what we're going to be getting into and talking about. And yes, that's exactly right. Life is a video game. My life is a video game. And I'm going to be going over pretty much how I play my video game and how you could play your video game. Now, y'all, I'm 20 years old. I've been doing this YouTube shit for about 8-9 years, going on 10. And I've learned a lot from this shit. I've learned a lot overall, just being an entrepreneur, being self-employed at one point in time, being employed at one point in time, having money at one point in time. I'm talking about abundance of money. And running brands, clothing brands, and scaling more assets. So I'm gonna tell you guys literally how I live my life pretty much, and how I play my life in story mode, in creative mode, in survival mode. Now understand that life itself is already a movie, all right? With that being said, you gotta play this shit how you wanna play it. Now, when we play a video game, yeah, we're always gonna have instructions, right? Provided on how we can play it, right? But it's too easy, you know? What if you did a couple of cheat codes or tweak something up about the game? And that is exactly what I've been doing. That's exactly what I do. Now, see, the thing about me is it's more than just being spiritual to this world and being aware, you know what I'm saying, of the shit that goes on and shit that happens. See, when you take control of the video game, you're the main character, right? Now, when I say you're the main character, I say you're the main character for a reason. A lot of people are curious. I'm gonna start by saying how a lot of people are curious on how to survive. I'm gonna tell y'all how I survive, you know, in any situation. It just goes to say that you have to let your mind be stronger than your emotions, your feelings. I used to be at a point in my life where I always was miserable. I always felt down. I didn't like myself. I was insecure about a lot until I chose to take that jump, make that leap and change. Now, when you changing, bro, it's gonna come with doing things that you may not want to do. So I'm gonna tell y'all how I choose to change, because there's not a lot of people that motivate me to tell me what I tell them. Strictly, I don't expect people to be like me, and you shouldn't either. I'm gonna say that again. I don't expect people to be like me, so you shouldn't either. I expect people to take my words of advice and use it to their own advantage. So that is why I'm here. As y'all see, I have a job, but I don't have a place no more. Is that stopping me? Is that holding me back from getting to my destination? No. One, not only because I'm executing with someone, but because I'm executing yet alone by myself as a person. When no one's around, that's when the good things happen, even the bad things. But check this out. The only time that you really stay stuck or stagnant in life is when you're scared or afraid of the results, or when you don't know how to start. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, start. You can't take the controller of someone else's life and play their game if you haven't even started to play yours. A lot of the times we want to dictate how somebody else should be living when we should be dictating how we should be living. What happens when you keep your eyes on your own paper? You get different results, right? One day you might cheat off of somebody and you may get lucky. But that's besides the point. The main point that we're getting at is that as long as you play the game, as long as you know the mission, you know the goal, and you're actually working towards it or playing towards it, you're going to get there. I've always said my whole life that life is like GTA. You have story mode, you have modes where you can just play however you want freely. It's called freedom, right? So that's how I see it. Freedom pretty much is just you being free. You don't have no rules and you're not putting limitations on your life. Me, I'm going to tell y'all, I don't put limitations on my life, and y'all need to hear that again. I do not limit myself to anything. It don't matter what position I'm in, I'm going to keep grinding and doing what I got to do. I'm going to make sure I eat every day. I'm going to make sure I stay clean somehow. I'm going to make sure I handle my business regardless of what situation I'm in. Y'all have to start thinking like that, and yeah, it's not going to happen overnight. I don't expect y'all to think like that overnight, but I expect y'all to factor that in. Because throughout life, bro, it's not going to be too many people out here telling you which way you should be going. And if they are, make sure they're going that way and make sure that the way that they're going is a safe way. A lot of the times we feel like we got to take control of someone else's life, which is the game. And then once you start playing their game, you start seeing different results, and then you're in regret, or you're like, oh, I should have never did this. You never want to live life in regret, and that's one thing I always told myself. So set standards and morals for yourself, for your life. Be hard on yourself sometimes. It may be times where you may not want to go to work or you may not want to do something. Bro, have a goal. Set something up for yourself that you can look back on and say, damn, I'm glad I did this. See, the thing about me is this version of me, people ain't going to notice because I created my own character. I didn't let people create me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't let people create me. So you have to play your cards right when entering the world. When we're young and shit like that, we're not thinking about the shit that we gotta do once we get older. Maybe a little bit when it comes to spending money, maybe, or playing shit like house or whatever. We learn shit that we see others do, right? But yet, the main thing is to do it in your own way. You make sure what you're doing is correct, all right? I spent $2.15 on 2 tacos, $1.99. Y'all know taxes go up. But just doing shit like this should open your eyes and make you realize that, bro, times are getting hard. Prices are going up. Some things change. It may not be the same. I used to pay 99 cents for this shit, bro. Not anymore. Not anymore. So, take the words from me. At the end of the day, bro, y'all gotta have some type of hustle going. See, the thing about me and the thing about others is I don't compare myself to people, because if I'm not seeing what I'm doing, or what, if I'm not seeing that people are doing what I'm doing, then it's like, you can't really compare yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's like trying to be in competition with somebody that's already winning. You're gonna have to surpass them. That's just me though. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes my life can be in story mode, and I'm gonna tell y'all how. Story mode for me basically is pretty much, like I always say, life is like a movie, right? Well, it's kind of like a book too, video game, all in one. And I say that because it's like, the shit that I do be like a movie. You gotta live into the reality that you're trying to create. You gotta start doing things that's gonna guide you to where you're trying to go. It's not just really all about manifesting, but it's about the law of attraction too. You have to attract these environments. You have to attract certain people. Some people may walk out of your life, but that's when new people are gonna enter. That's how I see it. That's just from my perspective, my perception. When it comes to the luxury and this and shit and that, I don't strive to be rich. I just strive to be set, wealthy. Be good to where I never have to wear it again. To where my own won't have to wear it. So yeah, I go through the struggle and I don't give up because I know the younger me wouldn't want me to give up. And I know who I am truly. And when I found out who I was, everything in the game started to change. So, yeah, play the game how you want. No one ever said there was rules to the game. So, with that being said, I'm gonna try to pause this video and think really quick. Are you playing your game or are you playing someone else's? Now, it's the difference when you enter online mode. At that point, you either teaming or you going against people. In my online mode, you either against me or you with me. So I recruited somebody that was with me, that seen the vision in me, that wanted to do what I'm doing that genuinely desire to learn something. I genuinely teach people what I know for a reason. Because I see the way that reality is, society, see the way that people is and how people are latched on to social media. But in reality, like I said, people don't see what you do behind closed doors, which is what makes the game kind of fun. They don't see how you do what you're doing to win. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, play the game your way. That's just one thing that I do though. I have to work towards the reality that I'm trying to create. Will I tell y'all how I do it? It's a way. Because if there's a will, there's a way. And like I say, at the end of the day, we have to be willing to sacrifice certain things. So y'all, that's another thing. You have to make sacrifices, bro. If you're not making sacrifices and taking risks, it's like you're playing the game safe. You're scared to fail or you're scared to die. But it's kind of, I would say, death in the game is kind of like an advantage that people can take because you can keep restarting. That's why they have the restart button, because every time you fail, you can restart again. It don't mean you can give up. You choose to give up, but you go back and you don't play the game again. It's just like life. And that's how I see my life. If I fuck up or I fail, I click the restart button and I go back to where I was and I play it again. I play the level again until I defeat the level, until I find what was stopping me or what was making me die or lose in that game. That is how my brain works. That is how I see things. So that is why I tell people all the time, bro, my time is my biggest asset. I value my time a lot because I didn't get a lot of time to be able to do these type of things, or tell people the things that I know. So going on 21, I'm gonna tell y'all, bro, play y'all life like a game. And you're gonna see different upgrades, you're gonna see different transitions, different experiences you're gonna go through. And I'm gonna tell y'all, bro, you're gonna always go through something, all right? You're gonna always go through something. It don't matter if you're in a good mood, having a good day, something might just ruin your day one day. But it's all about how you go about it. Will you let it get to you, or would you move forward and just brush it off? You can do either or. But this is about life, bro, and this is how I play it. I'm gonna tell y'all another thing that y'all could possibly be doing when living your life is doing things that you ain't never did before. Stepping outside of your comfort zone, not being stagnant, trying something new. You know what I mean? That's exactly what people should be doing. What I love about my life is the people that enter my life, it's like them entering the server of my reality. So it's like, it's my world, but people are just living in it. In a way, everyone has their own reality. But mine is a little bit different in a way. I just want to say though that there's a lot of ways you can play life. You know what I'm saying? When I tell y'all, bro, I went bankrupt down there in my video game where I've had to work magic, do cheat codes, do something in order to, you know what I'm saying, feel satisfied. And I ain't never gonna be really satisfied until I'm where I wanna be in life. No matter how close you may get, you may fall back one step. Alright. I'm gonna say that again. No matter how far you may be, you may fall back just one step. And it may seem like the biggest step of your life. It may seem like that was the last step that you could depend on. No. Keep going forward. Keep going forward. People look at me and they'll be like, man, how the hell do you even do this job? Or be able to even still keep that type of mental capacity? Well, let's just put it like this. I've been through some shit. And I can say my motivation stems from a lot. Not being able to do. So, now I'm here. When it comes down to people, I don't really trip on having too many people around me. Because I learned the hard way from that shit. And I also learned that it don't matter how close you are with somebody, people can switch up. Nowadays, people are influenced by social media or, you know what I'm saying, they play a role or a character in the game that don't even exist for real. Like an NPC. I don't like NPCs. So, just remember, watch who you bring around you. Watch the people that you surround yourself around. Just like the game, you can't go in a strip club and expect some people not to be on bullshit. You fuck with the wrong person, they might kill you. You know what I'm saying? It's just life. So when you play the game smart, then at that point, the results start making sense once everything is completed. I remember times where I was always eating Jack in the Box when I was homeless. Actually, literally homeless. And I would use apps and deals and shit like that. Get points, you got shit like receipts. Scan your receipts. You get free food. Yeah, it's easier to go out there and ask somebody for handouts, but y'all, in this lifetime, we here to prove to ourselves what we can do. There ain't nothing that you can't do in life as long as you put your mind to it. I'm gonna say that again. All you gotta do is scan the receipts that you get from buying food. Or you can earn free food just like that. But like I said, it's certain life hacks, there's certain cheat codes to life that people don't even know about. Shit that you can do that people probably have never done before. Like the water cup method. See, when you eat places so much, people give a fuck. They start remembering your face. They start noticing you, how much you show up. At that point, you're a loyal customer. So just as if you would show up for a job, show up for the people that you like to place food with, hey, they'll probably give you some shit for free. This isn't a water cup, but I asked for a water cup, and the woman gave me one of these. So it just goes to show y'all, bro, that some people really have grace, you know what I'm saying? Some people got sympathy. Some people give a fuck. Did she know my situation? Nah, all she knew was that I was thirsty and I wanted something to drink on my meal. That was it. Do I know my situation? Yes. As long as you know what level you are in the game, bro, it don't matter about what other level anyone else is on. Because they may be at level 1 in real life, and you may be ahead of them and don't even realize it. And remember, y'all, I'm sober. No weed, none of that. It's kind of been like this for a cool minute. So the day where I actually get to, get high, really, I'll be happy. Everything starts to fall into place, but only in due time. And remember, you can't beat the game overnight. You have to pause it and come back to it sometimes. That's how it goes. So just see that as life also. You have to be patient for certain things. Y'all, we got kicked out June 16th. We've been working at this job for a cool few weeks or whatever. Not even a month yet. We're already locked in. We're already cool with the managers. People already know me. They already see my work ethic. And at the end of the day, bro, however you play the game is whatever results you're gonna win. I mean, get back. You're gonna either win or lose. But whether you lose or not, don't give up. Keep on playing the game until you win, until you make it to a different level. That's the whole point, is to beat the story mode. That way you can live in creativity mode. You can live freely. Take that dome off of free, and now you're free. So, yeah, that's all it is to it. If y'all start playing life like a video game and seeing shit as everybody's just stuck, bro. Everybody's either going to work, getting off of work, going to bed, waking up, eating, shitting, same shit, go have fun, repeat. There's two sides to this shit, bro. Y'all gotta understand that. It's two sides to this life shit. It's upper class, you know what I'm saying? It's mid, and people that's poor, you know what I'm saying? So understand that your game could be different if you choose to play it different. This isn't forever, this is just temporary. I want a lot of people to know that I'm documenting everything damn near, because it's what I do for one, and also because I want to spread awareness to people that feel like they can just go out there and get it. Shit gets real. But if you're not ready for the real, then shit, you're gonna be still, stagnant. Talking about, y'all, get to the point, like, even getting broken out and shit, like, certain shit be happening that a lot of people don't see, that I gotta face and go through. But like I say, we gonna get right, bro, and everything gonna play out exactly as we envisioned it. We just gotta face the bumpy roads first. That's part of the game. So, hey, learn how to play your life like a video game, and maybe you'll start to see a change. And remember, you don't have to be so hard on yourself, all right? Don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable for nobody, not even for yourself. Even if this situation feels like it's even if it feels real, don't get comfortable, bro. Without further ado, other than that, man, it's nothing much, nothing more or less. All I can say is we made it damn near to the final level of the game, and it's been one hell of a journey waiting for this first check. And shit, man, we're just prepared to see what it is, and we'll get back with y'all then. Without further ado, man, y'all keep your heads up, bro. And if y'all got any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in the comment section. Peace.